6 years have passed since the coming of the Hispanian Holy Empire. Ophir did not fall in a single moment. It bent before it bended the knee. Slowly, deliberately, until it could no longer rise. In its villages, a fragile coexistence takes hold. The people endure beneath foreign rule, trading obedience for survival. Those that no longer act the part are permitted to remember, allowed their quiet rituals and hidden prayers to whatever native god still listens. But only so long as they kneel to the empire above. Faith is no longer inherited. It is imposed, forced into the body through a baptism of water, through pain, through fear. What was once held sacred beneath the land is now condemned beneath the sky. Over this fragile order stands Adelantado Simon Mondrexar, a gifted politician of a popular noble house, chosen by the Castellanos crown to conquer and to govern. Apart from being a statesman, Ophir is fortunate that Simon is a reformer, a man of measured justice. And yet even mercy cannot undo conquest. Under his administration, a new world overlaps the old. Ivropan fortresses rise from carved stone out of Ophir's bosom. Cathedral cities of gold pierce the heavens, creating an outpost for heavenly intervention and a seat for corrupted shepherds. An empire of faith is forged from Ophiran labor, Hispanian currency, and the overbearing will of the imperial church. But unbeknownst to these mortals, beyond their comprehension, in the former angelic plane of Heaphon, the throne of glory has long stood empty. Since the existence of the church, no omnipresent voice has answered the quietest cry. No divine will has spoken to chastise chaos into order. And in that hopeless silence, something incomprehensible has taken root. Not a god, not a savior, but a great eldritch and primordial tether that wears divinity like a mask. In this silence, the faithful on earth do not question. They have learnt to interpret a savage vehement within the vacuum. Unseen, the leashed impostor hungers as the one true God. Suffering is seen as a blessing, violence a sign of devotion, and horror, experienced as well as inflicted unto others, becomes proof of divine providence. Deep beneath the Mater Cathedralis of the new Ophiran capital of Maynilad, an older native power still remains, weakened and traumatized. Idianale, goddess of agriculture and labor, now prisoner of iron and black stone, bound not to be destroyed, but to serve in exchange for another life to prosper unhindered. Her powerful gifts are coaxed by an order of servitor monks, a miracle bestowed to feed the mouths and motivation of the empire that broke her. But the land remembers. Ophir was never governed by the heavens. It breathes beneath the land, through root, through water, through bone. All manner of Ophiran spirits and deities, Diwatas, Encantos, and Anitos, find their home first in the terrestrial womb of Ophir. Now, that breath falters, and the world begins to change. The people fed the native gods with faith and ritual. The gods nourished the land with divine presence, and the land sustained the people in return. Forests now slowly wither into rot. Mountains erode into monuments of anguish, and the flora and fauna sicken. The balance breaks. What once lived in harmony as predator unto prey becomes unrecognizable. From tainted spirit and from suffering, they emerge anew. Elemento, originally born of twisted life cycles of stelliferous gods and the remnants of sinful humankind. These indigenous monstrosities are degraded further by the consequences of the invasion into something far more sadistic. Instinct made them a bane to the native population, but invasive corruption made them aware of how gratifying being that bane was. Ophir does not scream, it endures. But even endurance has its limits.